These were three beliefs that I had to overcome and flat out reject in order to start seeing myself differently and really valuing myself as a person despite what my appearance might be like. And these beliefs are so widespread and so ingrained in us as women that I'm willing to bet that you believe at least one of these myths and that it's still holding you back from fully embracing yourself and accepting yourself and loving yourself the way that you are. Because if you don't recognize your worth and your value, your relationships are most definitely going to reflect that in one way or another. Trust me when I tell you that a fulfilling relationship and a happy dating life all starts with knowing your worth. The main reason that I've had so many horror stories to share about my dating and romantic life over the years is because on some level, I didn't recognize my worth or my value as a person. I allowed the men that I dated to use and mistreat me. I allowed them to take me for granted and to disrespect me at times. And I was so dependent on their attention and their validation and their attention. Did I say that? I think I said that. And I was so dependent on their attention and their validation and their affection that I was afraid to speak up for myself and risk rocking the boat, so I would settle for less than I deserved. Not to mention that I didn't really have high standards or expectations for the way that I expected to be treated anyway. I allowed myself to believe and buy into the BS idea that as a fat girl, that I should just be happy to have a man or a guy who would show me attention and show me affection and say nice things to me, and that I should just be satisfied that somebody wanted me or desired me in the first place. So who was I to expect more from them or to hold them accountable or to even walk away from a sure thing when I didn't know whether another man would ever come along who would desire me in that way or want me or care for me or love me in this fat body? What if I'd never find anyone else who'd be interested in me or be willing to give me a shot or be willing to look past my appearance to see the amazingness that's on the inside? I mean, this is the kind of stuff that I would think. This is exactly what my mindset was like. And what's sad to me is that there's still a lot of women out there right now, possibly some of yous watching this video, who feel the same way or who have felt this for a very long time. Whether we're talking about single ladies or married ladies or ladies who are taken in some other capacity in a relationship with a baby daddy or with a casual partner, whatever it may be, so many of us are feeling unhappy and unfulfilled in our romantic lives. And the root of a lot of it is a lack of self-worth, a lack of self-acceptance, and the feeling that we have to somehow atone for living in a fat body or in a body that's undesirable in some other kind of way based on society's shallow beauty standards. And all of that leaves us feeling like we're not worthy of a partner who's loving and attentive, who will be faithful to us, who'll treat us well, who won't mislead and disrespect and gaslight us. I mean, if he's got to put up with my fat body and all my rolls and stuff, the least I could do is put up with a little gaslighting every now and then, right? Whatever our insecurities may be, or whatever beliefs we may have about our bodies, we cannot let them continue to dictate what we're willing to put up with and what we're willing to accept in a relationship or with a partner. We can't keep letting these things hold us back from expecting more. We just can't. Or the standards will stay like in the basement, like the lowest possible bare minimum standards will continue to prevail. And I think we've all seen how that kind of stuff works out. Spoiler alert, it doesn't go well. So if you can relate to this in any way, I urge you to snap out of it. Stop taking yourself for granted. Stop holding yourself back. Stop accepting less. Stop feeling like you have to be ashamed of your body or like you have to apologize for your body, or like you have to make up for the way you look for whatever reason. And I hope that you'll start to realize that you are worthy of the same love that you give to other people. And if there's anything that I know about us fat girls and us insecure girls and us self-conscious girls, is we love hard, okay? We know how to give some love, but it's often to everyone except ourselves. So snap out of it. You are worthy and you deserve the same love that you are more than willing to dish out. You do not have to be a size 6 or a beauty queen or a baddie or a perfect woman or any of those other things. I mean, obviously, you want to make sure that you're striving to be your best self and to put your best foot forward in creating a healthy, positive, fulfilling dynamic in your relationships. But it's seriously time to stop letting your self-doubt and your lack of self-worth hold you back and limit what you expect to get out of your relationships. Stop letting negative feelings about yourself determine what the quality of your relationships are going to be like and what the quality of people you date is going to be like. I urge you to learn from my mistakes and realize that it all starts with self-love and self-worth and recognizing your potential and understanding what you have to offer and appreciating all of the amazing assets that you have and the true value that you have to offer to this world. Because continuing to feel bad about yourself is just going to make you further believe that you don't deserve good things, which includes a good partner and a good relationship and a good life and a good future and all of that. So I know it's easier said than done to be like, just love yourself, just appreciate yourself, just know you're enough, just know you're worthy. I know that's easier said than done. So I created a couple of things to help you out, boo. You know I got your back. One of them is the Confidence Booster Workbook, and it's designed to help you love and appreciate and recognize all of the amazing things about yourself, all of the qualities that you might be taking for granted or overlooking or forgetting about or just not giving yourself credit for because you're busy beating yourself up or criticizing yourself or being negative in your mind and to yourself and everything else. And the workbook is designed so that you can go through it again and again as many times as you need to, going through those activities, 3 simple activities, updating your power phrases so that you can get more and more out of the workbook every time you go through it. It's basically like you're building a foundation of more self-love, more self-appreciation, more trust, more self-compassion, more grace. So even if you've used the workbook before, believe me, it never gets old and you will continue to benefit from it over time. The Confidence Booster Workbook is linked down in the description box below, along with a body acceptance guide, which is a newer resource that I created to help expose 3 major toxic beliefs that most women have been raised to believe about ourselves and about our bodies. I know for me personally, these were 3 beliefs that I had to overcome and flat out reject in order to start seeing myself differently and really valuing myself as a person despite what my appearance might be like. And these beliefs, these myths, are so widespread and so ingrained in us as women that I'm willing to bet that you believe at least one of these myths and that it's still holding you back from fully embracing yourself and accepting yourself and loving yourself the way that you are. So check out the description box below. That's where you'll find the link to both of these resources. All you have to do is enter your email address and they'll be sent to you instantly, and you'll be on your way to feeling more sure of yourself, to recognizing your worth, and feeling like your best self so that you can start living the life that you've always wanted to live without holding yourself back any longer. Because if you don't recognize your worth and your value, your relationships are most definitely gonna reflect that in one way or another. And if you aren't able to properly love and appreciate yourself the way that you are in this very moment, then you're gonna have a hell of a hard time teaching your romantic partners and the other people in your life how to properly love you and care for you. They're not mind readers. They're not gonna know what to do. You have to be in a position to teach them, to show them, to guide them, to draw the line and show them where it's at, to set the boundary and stand firm with it, to let them know don't be crossing this boundary now, Don't be crossing this line. And so the best way to demonstrate that to other people in your life is to start by holding yourself in high regard, to show them how you expect to be treated, to show them how you expect to be loved on and cared for and respected and appreciated. And if you can't show them that you have certain standards for how you expect to be treated and that you expect more, then they're going to have a whole lot of license to do whatever they like and to treat you however they want and to do whatever works for them, whatever suits them. And you're going to be the one missing out, both in the way they treat you and the way that you treat yourself. Don't do that. You deserve better. Don't do that to yourself. We're not doing that in 2022. We're just not. So stop accepting less than you deserve and less than you want. Check out the links in the description box below. Consider subscribing. It's quick, it's painless. You could always change your mind later. And hit one of the thumbs before you head out. One of them, whichever one you feel the most. This one if you liked it, this one if you didn't. Either way, it helps me to know what you want to see more of. Other than that, I hope you're good. I hope you're well. And I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.